really hard to get this stuff on in the deep. So this is the neck piece some people like, and usually we use this one, but we have several people who prefer this in both places. So you just put it on and make sure you don't pinch them on this. I've done it. and Raina here has on her beautiful jewelry. I do tell people if they want to take their jewelry off, that's fine. Good jewelry is fine in the salt water, but anyway. Okay, now this is not tight enough, and this is a booger when your hands are wet, but yeah, you want it tight enough, but not so tight that they choke. So the way you test it is, the two-finger thing.
Okay.
This one is good. And then you do the second one, and then you do the truss thing where you lay them back and you do the rest when they're laying back. But you got to get this, ideally you want this right around the belly button. L5 is the center of gravity of the body. You want it right there. But most people, I can't get it right there. They're wiggling or doing whatever. So now just trust, Raina, and let me bring you back. Okay, now at this point, you bring it down lower because what you want is, and I don't want to bash your toenails either, those pretty toenails of yours. Okay, you want it right around the center of gravity.
Okay.
And then you start doing the other things. And some people get so that you don't have to do all of this stuff. Some we do now, just let your knees bend and your feet fall down into the water. And you tell them to relax. Just relax. And now then, if you want, give them these out of your hand. And that's the basic flow. Now some people, if you want them more bent because they have low back pain, and they want them more bent, you can put weights. Just small weights, the 1 pound weights around their ankle. And now then I'm going to go ahead and show her the first two Watson things. So for most people floating in a class, you're just going to let them float. And some people like to have their hands loose. And then I'll show you how the other one goes in a minute. It won't take long. And then if you want to help them get started in a relaxing thing, this is part of a Watsu routine, which is a Swiss method of relaxation and water massage, where you're holding them at their shoulder blades. You don't want them touching you, right? You do have to ask. Most people you have to ask first. You don't know them well. Do you mind my touching you? And you're going to swish them. This is called the swish. So you just swish. The legs go one way. And then after you've done that for maybe a lap, then you let them go. In the class, you're just going to let them float. And they will float toward the steps, and you have to, they'll be like a log. So when you're taking these off, you do it in the reverse order that you did in putting them on. So let's say it's time for her to be done. We're going to get rid of this first. Now she's got weights on, you don't have to do anything about that. Now you're going to ride her by grabbing her around the upper back, pushing on the knees, and just bringing her right up. Then you ask her to focus on something and stare for 30 seconds, because people can get the stimulant. You also never float anybody who is in current treatment for vertigo, because they will get vertiginous in this thing. When you go zero gravity, if they want to close their eyes and open their eyes, they'll get very dizzy. Then you take this off, and then the last thing, you don't let them go until they've been in the water for at least 5 minutes, 3 to 5. And I just tell them, just walk around and stare at them. Stare, and you don't want to move your neck a whole lot. That's why we get car sick when you're in a passenger seat. You're moving your head and your eyes a lot. You can get car sick. If you're driving, you don't get car sick. You focus and your head is straight. So you can just walk around and come back, and then I'm going to put that one on you. I'm not going to put the other stuff with it. I'll just show you how we start most people. This one is what a lot of people know and like. So if Adrian or Patty come to her class, they'll want that one probably.